Hey guys, welcome back to an episode of 0 to 60 that's about everything that simply shouldn't be.
Today, we're in the Nugget Garage, Supra V8 with a remote mount turbo and 1,000 wheel horsepower. And we're gonna see how quick it does 0 to 100 kilometers an hour.
Let's do it, Dave. Well guys, this is it. I am never driven a car this fast, never driven a power glide, and never driven a B&M quick shifter.
What could go wrong?
Don't say that. Yeah, we're dealing with 1,000 wheel horsepower here. Sounds like it with the fuel pumps.
It's weird, even the startup sounds powerful.
I'll let you hold the draggy. So we're just going to take it for a bit of a drive. We haven't got this car for too long. We're just going to find a deserted 100 zone, see what it does. Because it's not a street car. Well, it is.
It is. In fact.
But it scares me.
Yeah.
I don't want to just take this for a cruise.
For a thrash.
Actually, I don't feel too bad.
I was about to say, as soon as you're actually in the car and moving forward, it's not too loud because all the noise is behind you.
So just so you know, this car last week actually ran a 9.2, I think it was, down the quarter.
It was a low nines.
So,
and apparently it's got more in it.
yeah, this is the first 9-second car we've had on the channel. However, we've got a massive issue with this car. It's got a lot of power and it's got a power glide. So it's really set up to work on a drag strip. So I don't know if it's going to put any power down.
Well, that's the issue, and it's so smooth for 1,000 horsepower. It must be the power glide.
Power glide obviously absorbs everything. It's a very lazy power glide. I think Scott was saying the torque converter locks at around 5,800. But he also sort of said there's a good chance you won't get onto boost under the speed limit,
Which is interesting.
That's if you're driving it normally. Obviously, if we stall it up, different case. But we'll see what happens. Oh, traffic's fun. Okay, yeah, she's cruising along. We're in first gear. I can't remember what he said, but it should do about 140 to 160 in first if you're wide open. So first is fine for these slower zones.
Cool, and I like the dash. You can see everything that's going on. There is information for everything.
You know what's funny? I feel fine.
It does. It's really smooth. It's not even like a 450 horsepower NA Commodore is louder and obviously a lot lumpier than this.
Yeah, it's quite a smooth engine note. When we first started it up, back at the shop, before what you didn't see on camera, you get this roar of sound. The car vibrates.
Admittedly, it was in a concrete tilt slab warehouse as well, so it probably amplified it. But I was like, oh my god, this thing is not a street car. However, as soon as you actually get onto the open road,
It's pretty good.
yeah. Now, talking about the times, so keep in mind that this beast has 1,000 wheel horsepower, and on a drag strip is capable of a 9-second pass. But one of the reasons that we started doing these 0 to 100 videos is because manufacturing claim times are often done on drag strips, and that often is not possible to do on the road, even with a stock power car.
Yeah,
So people start off thinking that their car is so quick from the manufacturer, and then when they add 200 horsepower, they think it shaves half a second off or a second off.
Not always
But
the case.
often that's not the case. So even though this thing has so much power and can do a 9-second pass, I don't know what that's going to translate to on the road.
I think this is going to be the ultimate example of how much slower things are on the road. Because we know Scott's got the times. This will do 0 to 210 kilometers an hour in 6 seconds.
6 goddamn seconds. For all you N54 people that have been following Andrew's build, you know that's what he does 100 to 200 in. So that puts it into perspective.
Because we've got a bit of a hill, I'm going to load it up and I'll just see how the boost builds.
Okay, that's pretty linear. That's soft.
I sure wasn't watching the boost gauge. If that was 1 or 2 psi, I reckon that was probably 1 or 2 psi.
It was not what I was expecting, to be honest.
That was wide open throttle too.
Was it? It sounded like it was making all the right noises, but it never took off.
Well, actually, he did say that when you get that, when it first starts to build boost, and it'll hold 1 or 2 psi for a few thousand RPM.
Yeah.
And he said that's about 380 wheel horsepower, so more power than an LS would on the highway.
So really, that's going to be the range that we're going to be needing to do the run in.
Yeah.
Because if you go above that, that's when it's going to punch in and probably just blow the tyres off.
Now, Scott has explained how to stall it up, so we should be able to leave the line with boost. However, if we leave this is set to 32 psi, by the way. If it fully builds boost at 32 psi, it's not going to do that with just stalling it. It would with the trans brake, which we're not going to use. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't do that with the trans brake. But anyway, the problem is if we build too much boost, we're just going to blow the tyres off.
Well, that's the thing, and a lot of people don't realise how grippy a drag strip is. And if you watch the video of this thing on the drag strip, he is leaving on, I don't know what the PSI is, but it's got so much power the second he lets go of the trans brake. Whereas on the road, you can't get anywhere near that because you just won't move.
Yeah.
So, keep in mind, it's running Mickey T's, which I've never used for a 0 to 100 run either.
No.
So I don't know, is that gonna, like, I think they're 255s, they're not huge compared to what we usually run on the back of the BMWs, but you've got a lot more sidewall, so it should have a lot lower pressure.
It is a radial. I think we're running at about 16 psi, he said as well. So he sort of set it up to give it a good chance, but we still don't know.
So maybe it will hook up a lot better than what I'm thinking it's going to.
All right, I think that's enough. I think, guys, we're going to go and find this road, but you guys need to guess.
Yeah.
What do you reckon it's going to do? So 0 to 210 is 6 seconds. What do you reckon we can make it do on the street? Please comment below and wish us luck.
I'm really in two minds. What if you had to put a number on it, what would you say?
I honestly think we're going to struggle to get low fives.
Well, it so easily could just blow the tyres off if you try and go too quick, and it could be in the sixes.
And I'm suggesting that from. Well, I think we're going to be in the power range of what he said, so maybe 380 wheel.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, possible.
I don't know. We'll see how we can drive it.
It might make it all up from like 70 k's onwards once it comes into power.
Yeah.
Although then again, at 1,000 horsepower, it could just blow the tyres off at 100 k's an hour.
All right.
There's only one way to find out.
Let's go do it.
Let's go do it.
All right, guys, so we're going to do the first run. Unfortunately, we're going uphill, so the draggy's not going to validate this run, but it's the only 100 zone we could find. What did that reach?
What the fuck?
I couldn't see the speedo. It just felt like about 100.
It was about 100, but at about 90 kilometers an hour, it just slingshotted. Did you feel that?
Did you?
This car becomes a 1,000 wheel horsepower car at around 100 k's an hour.
What did it do?
You're not going to believe the time. I don't believe the time.
5.5.
Fuck the time. That's 4.38.
What?
With that, it felt like you were barely moving off the line. What? It honestly felt like you didn't accelerate. Obviously, it didn't come into power until...
I'm gonna try and cool the transmission down a bit because this is a 108, but we're gonna go and do another run. Did it get validated?
Verified, yep.
Oh, fuck.
4.38, and it was...
I didn't stall that much. I'm like, that'll do.
It felt like nothing. I was like, oh, this is gonna be slow as hell, and then when you got to like 90, it went, what?
So trans is at 109 at the moment. I'd try and get it down to around 100 before I do the next one, but we'll go back to that road. It's a bit flatter. It just hooks.
This bitumen looks better than that bitumen. I was not expecting that to be quick because the bitumen was really porous. I didn't think it was going to hook up, and then it just felt really sort of linear. It obviously hides its power and its torque really well.
I did feel it start to spin because I had to put a little bit of opposite lock in.
Oh, okay.
We'll do one going back here.
Yeah, this looks like a pretty good spot.
And then we'll head back to Scott's. Well, that's much faster than I thought it would be.
That's ridiculous.
Transmission's not cooling down though. I'm trying not to slip the converter.
Oh shit, it's starting to rain.
Fuck, alright. Well, it's U-turn time. You know what else is weird?
What?
You don't have to do anything.
I I thought that was going to be so slow. Because it didn't feel like any slip from the passenger seat.
No.
And it didn't feel like it was even had any power until the end of the run.
Oh, I just saw it. The trans cooler's at the back of the car, I think. Oh no, that's an oil cooler. Oh well. Alright. We're in the wet, spitting with 1,000 horsepower. I have no doubt if I stalled it a bit better, this is going to be in the 3s, because that was such a lazy run.
There's quite a lot of water on the windscreen.
Alright, we're going one more. This is it. This is the last run. No, it's not, because there's too many cars around.
God dang it.
I don't like the trans temp. Should be cooler than that. So should we go left at the end of this road? Or right? Actually we'll go right, because that got verified. So that is flat enough to do it. So we just do it where we did it, but going the other way.
Yep. God, bloody weather. I thought we were going to be lucky. It's been raining all week at our place. The sky's not looking very friendly.
All right, we ready? Yep. I couldn't help handstand it. That was sick.
That hit. Woo! That didn't break. So you didn't back off until after 100. Thank F.
Yep. What'd it do?
3.99. 3 second car.
In the spitting rain.
And again, that still wasn't an aggressive launch, was it?
No, I could have stalled it for longer.
Holy fuck!
Wow.
I was watching this thing at the drag strip. I'm like, yeah, but it's at a drag strip.
It's so good to drive.
All of the cars we have driven, we have done so many launches, from stock power vehicles to really modified things. Modified all-wheel drive cars do not hook up as well as this thing does.
Left here, is it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I can't believe how good that was to drive.
I've got to get my, I need more time with the power glide, because I just want to shift.
Man, that is nuts.
Oh, right. We're going to let the adrenaline taper off a little bit, and you'll see us back at the shop shortly.
I can't, I'm lost for words. I was not expecting that.
Rear wheel drive in the 3s.
In the spitting, damp, wet.
That was fun. I need more power.
A lot more. Although you can't make use of the traction.
No, it was weird how this puts power down there. Well, it's very gentle.
Yeah, it's gentle, but it's 3 seconds, so it's not that gentle, is it? It feels gentle, but it's obviously not.
Woo. On the street, 3.9. Wow. Wow. All right, camera's off. Well, we're back at Cleveland Exhaust, and man, that was like massive thank you to Scott. That was an experience.
It was a hell of an experience. In fact,
the biggest thing it's shown me is what a well set up car can do, because this is hugely powerful, but it was not scary. It did what you wanted it to do.
On the way back after the runs, after spending 10 minutes in the car, it was already, you already know what it's going to do and what to expect, and it's just, it's not lazy, but it's not like a race car. It's not like a drag car. It's just a cruiser at road speeds. Right,
we're going to cut this video off here because it's probably been quite long, and sorry to drag it out a bit, but we are going to do another video on this car talking about exactly what it is and the science that's gone into making this remote mount work and put its power down.
There's a lot of interesting things both under the bonnet and in the boot.
Nitrous oxide.
So if you want to see that video, make sure you subscribe. Please hit the like button, it helps. And I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'm watching all of our cars get smacked from the top of the leaderboard.
All right, guys. Catch you on the next one. Team... This is a 1UZ.
Yeah.
It seems so wrong. The fastest car on the channel is a 1UZ.